What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Eric BR the First. I don't know whether or not that means there was an Eric before BR. I guess it does. I guess it doesn't. Eric BR the First means he was the first Eric to have ever been born in Brazil. I'm sure that's what that means. Anyways, his opponent today in the red color, it is Redo Day today, and his name is Redo, and he is playing in the red color. He's playing as Oranos here. We do have the map Frozen Wastes. This map is a lot of fun. You have to be super careful about your decisions on this map because gold mines are difficult to grab. That is the case. We'll see how things are going to go here. So Zeus here has got two options in this matchup. Option number one, which I think would technically be considered the meta, even though I think my own opinion differs as to whether or not it's the strongest of the strategies. So option number one is to go for a centaur play into Hippocon hoplites, and you utilize those centaur to cause chaos in your opponent's base, picking off military units and picking off villages, and then you win the game with some hoplites and Hippocon. The other option, which I do think is significantly stronger, is an Athena rush with stable and military academy. The reason why this is so strong, especially on a map like this where you have a 900 food start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 caribou. 6 caribou is a 900 food start. 7 caribou is 1,050 food start, which is more than enough. You can do a 4-minute advance time, 4-minute and 4-second advance time to be 4-minute and 2-second advance time? 4-minute and 2-second advance time to be absolutely clear. And then you can drop your military buildings nice and close, and you can take your opponent off of food immediately and then target their gold mine for an easy victory with restoration and your superior heroes in the early stages of the game. Now, that being said, Oranos can also do, on a map with this much food, can also do a 4-minute advance time and attempt to defend. But Redo is going for the standard 430 here, it would seem. And we'll see how things are going to be happening. We'll see what type of things are going to happen in this game. So, villagers now moving forward. We do see Eric going for a double granary build here. Normally, double granary builds mean that you can only do a 430 advance time, and a lot of the I would say a lot of the top Greek players in the against the Atlanteans, they really like getting the early hero out. And again, one thing I'll say is I don't think that the early hero is that good if the enemy Oranos player prepares for it. So one very simple thing you can do, and I say this every single time I see the early hero get advantage, is at about the 3-minute and 30-second mark, bring your oracles back to your forward hunt. And then when the Ajax, the Jason, or the Theseus comes and starts harassing your villages, you just heroize the Oracle heroes, and you can defend that very easily. 3 Oracle heroes, more than enough to defend against the one Ajax or whatever, and then you have 3 heroes for your 3 extra units for your army to use a little bit later. It's not like it's a bad thing. They're very cheap. We do see the oracles kind of in position, as we are seeing the oracles now going to scout this out. They will see that villagers are on the favor, so it does give Redo the very obvious understanding that this is going to be a Hermes. 2 villagers on the temple doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Athena. There is a build where you can get out an immediate second Minotaur, but you only need to get 1 favor for that to work there. And any more favor than that seems to be a little bit of a waste here, as these villagers happily eating up the walrus over here as the Theseus is wandering forward. Redo not going to be going for this defense here. Now, against Zeus does have bolts, so you do need all 3 to do anything, as we will be seeing the villagers are going to be retreating back here, as Redo wants nothing to do with this Jason. At this point, would rather just drop onto the berries and maybe come back onto the walrus a little bit later here. So we'll see how things are going to eventuate here for Ridu. Nice little mana here by Ridu as well. As I mean, this. Oh, can he surround this Jason here? No, he's not going for it. We do see the Promethean here going to get a couple of swipes here, and we do see Ridu deleting this one nice and early. As this villager here going to be utilizing the garrison mechanic to pop around here, an attempt at a ghost building there. Not going to quite manage to get that one up there. As this villager here wants to continue eating this caribou, Terma going to start coming through, and this is just so much damage getting done in the early game here by this Jason. We'll see how things are going to go as Eric here is going to start making his centaur out. Villagers returning back to the main base. We see the Odysseus out, the centaur out. Eric's going to have to throw down his military barracks and his stable. Gets himself his Sylvan Law first here, as he's going to be searching around here for some advantage. As the centaur comes around, the Odysseus can effectively just sit over here and really cause a lot of pressure here for Ridu. Ridu's got a really awful map to deal with the gold mine being this exposed and this forest being here. Big shockwave there by Ridu. He's going to be able to take out this centaur here. Beautiful play. We do see the bolt getting dropped down onto one of those hero Mermillo, but Eric can just come back over onto this position if he so chooses and continue to put pressure on as Eric still hasn't thrown down his military buildings. I would say this is a little bit late here, but he's focusing everything onto this centaur at this point, getting out another centaur here, dropping down his stable first here. A little bit surprised to see the stable. Normally, military academy goes down first as the centaur will be spotting the citizen here. Nice marker there by Ridu, getting that one going here as Ridu's going to be searching around the map now, looking for something to take out. As the centaur is going to be moving through here and targeting down a citizen on that location there as the Terma and the Mermillo doing everything that they can here, but Eric getting some nice little cheeky damage done at this point. As he's now going to start getting himself some Hippocon out, and he's going for a Townsend. Is that, or is he? Oh, he's going over to the hunt. Okay. Makes some sense there. A little bit dangerous to go to hunt at this point. When you don't have any units out, but we'll see what he's going to be able to do and if Ridu's going to be able to spot that. Ridu does not have any scouting done over here, but he does have these Promethean offspring, which he can find and attack it. At this point, this is where the Oranos gets some sort of an advantage going forward here. This is the point at which Oranos needs to do something with their army. So normally you're gonna have a handful of units out, but the units effectively, they need to find some villager kills to slow the Zeus down, as the Zeus is putting more and more pressure on. So we'll see if that's something that Eric's going to be able to find here or not, as the centaur's retreating away here. Ridu, on the other hand, here, he's trying to make himself out these villagers. Will it come out? Oh, he will come out because he's housed. All right, no problems here. We do see these villagers now getting targeted down. There's about 1 second until a Valor can get dropped in onto this position. We do see that Valor coming down, hitting the Mermillo over here as the villagers trying to get this mana up on this position. The centaur getting pulled back. Still no villager kills here as the centaur getting chased around here by this Mermillo hero. And we'll see how this is all going to go. Still hasn't found the caribou over here. The question is, does Ridu know about these caribou? He does know about the caribou, so he knows there has to be a pack of caribou somewhere. But maybe he's just feeling like Eric would not feel safe enough to go over there, so he's not searching for him. As the Terma coming over here has spotted this centaur over here, but with the Hippocon moving around, he could potentially take that Terma out here as the centaur retreats away. This one's still searching around for stuff to attack. I do think that Eric could potentially... Well, is he still making these centaur? Not really. He doesn't have the favor. Well, he's got one here. He's got one here. He's got one here. So we'll see how things are going to go moving forward. As Ridu is now looking like he's kind of stabilized after all of that early pressure. We'll see how things are going to result here as Ridu retreats ever so slightly back. And Eric... has to be a little bit careful here. He's moving around with this Hippocon at 5.5 speed, whereas the centaur is at 6.5 speed. So this one is a little bit slow here. As Eric tries to put some pressure over here, Shockwave is about 1 minute away as the centaur getting a little bit close to getting taken out here. You have to be really, really careful with those centaur as almost losing these ones over here. I think that Rita's getting a little bit unlucky with taking those out because Eric really misstepped there with his centaur, as this centaur almost gets picked off as well. As Eric's retreating back into his base, we see those centaur all coming back in over here, and maybe with the medium Miller here, Rito's going to feel like he's got a chance here. Nice little attack there, getting the melee damage done first, so those Terma don't actually miss. If you attack your opponent's units, they get snared and their speed drops drastically, and that allows your archers to actually hit them, as one centaur does get taken out here. Eric's sitting in his base right now, seeing what he can do. He's making another military academy, trying to get all of his population out here. And this is the big thing. The big thing is going to come down to the fact that Eric doesn't need to go onto a second gold mine anytime soon, whereas Redo, his gold mine is going to be expired in around about 30 seconds to a minute here, and Eric's going to have a really big timing to use. However, there will be Shockwave. There is a Valor that can be used. We are going to be seeing Redo retreating back for the time being. We've got him moving over here, getting some raids onto these villages here. Nice play here, going to be going after those villages as they are starting to get taken out. There hasn't been any real attempt here by Eric to throw up walls here. He doesn't have any gold to really do it though, so it makes sense that he hasn't. But a nice wall over here to here would go a very, very long way to prevent those types of raids from coming. You can see he's walled off the front beautifully. But he hasn't walled off these sides just yet. So his gold and his wood is open for raids, and Redo is going to be doing a nice job of that. As you can see, he's got his armory up and he's ready to go to the next age, and he's choosing to go through Hyperion. I love these one town center ideas here by Oranos. If Redo can manage to not lose any villages moving forward, he should be able to hit a really, really nasty Mythic Age timing here, as we do see these units pushing in, getting some good damage done, as the army of Eric coming in here to get some damage done. Redo needs to retreat out, maybe overstaying his welcome just a little bit here, as the units do push in, get some return fire in. We do see the centaur. He's going to start powering in onto this location, hitting a citizen over here. Redo not paying attention. There he does manage to save that villager over there, as this other citizen getting pulled back. They look at Redo's economy, still skyrocketing. Lots of wood in the bank. Can sell that wood for gold and then buy food. It's a big investment, a big swap around of resources. But this Terma are going to push in over here, going to try and take down another villager there. One villager does go down. Another one will be falling, as Eric is one town center here. Losing villages is so absolutely huge. The villagers moving forward over here are getting caught out beautifully. Nice play here. Hyperion about to hit. This is going to be a really, really nice chaos to be used on this location here as well. As the army does split up a little bit, you have to cast Hyperion here. You do, yes, nice play there. Unfortunately, hitting that low HP centaur there, as the village is getting taken down even more here. As Redo, he's going to throw down the market. One town center straight to the Mythic Age. Where's the market up? I don't see him throwing it down anywhere just yet, but he is 100% going to be going for this early Hecate, early Tartarian Gate, which, well, I mean, once he throws down there's the market going up there, and lots of resources in the bank. So there's a couple of options here for Redo to choose after hitting this. Option number one is to drop down a couple of palace here and go for the fanatics straight away. Option number two is to click Mythic Age, drop both town centers, and just try and defend while he sorts out his economy, and hope that his Tartarian Gate can get enough value here. But I like option number one, which is drop a palace and then go for the gold starve with fanatics moving forward here. It's really, really strong. You also get access to the, you probably don't want to build Satyr, you get access to the Lampedes, and those are going to be really, really strong to deal with those centaur moving forward. But we haven't seen any attempt at a palace here just yet. The town centaur hasn't thought about going up. He can get upgrades up the wazoo if he so chooses. There's the palace coming up. So Redo, it looks like he is going to be going for these fanatics. I'm really, really liking this for Redo. We'll see if it's going to work here. As Eric, he's very far behind. He does have a ceasefire though, and that's going to be a big deal, as the army is now moving across the map. 16 hoplites. He's got 6 Hippocon as well, as the palace has been spotted over here. Redo, does he have enough army to defend here? He does have these he's making Contaris for some reason. It's probably a little bit of a mistake there. The question is going to be, will he intercept the army? The army sneaks right by here. He sees the town center not going up. The army army pushing forward. Where is Eric going with this gold mine? He's still mining this gold here at 13 minutes into the game. As the Centaur do get spotted over here, the Hero Mamilo does deal with that. The palace is up. Ridu now has that one up. The Hecate's going to get dropped, or the Tartarian spawn is going to get dropped really, really soon here. But the Hoplites have managed to spot this palace here. The army out of position here for Ridu at this point. A shockwave getting dropped in over here. We haven't send a unit into the opponents. You've got to get in here and drop that Tartarian gate immediately here. While those Hoplites are out of position, as the Mythic Age hits, we see the Lampede does come through here. The hero, the Centaur's coming back in onto this position as those villagers are going to start getting taken down. Nice micro there by Ridu as his army does retreat over here. The Mamilo is going to be moving in onto this position to drop the Tartarian gate in. Eric in his own base here. He's trying to gather as much favor as he possibly can as the Mamilo searching for it. They do hit a military academy and a house there as the ceasefire gets dropped, forcing Ridu into a position here which he might not want to be in, and that is he needs to grab these town centers. He's going to grab this town center and this one at the same time here. This ceasefire gives Eric all the time he needs to pull his hoplites back. However, if Ridu simply just if Ridu simply just grabs this town center and this one gets full population here, he's going to be able to push in over here and have a fantastic time. We are seeing Eric grabbing his own second town center on this position, but effectively, I mean, really what Ridu needs to do is put pressure on, because the longer Eric gets to live here, the better for Eric. And he's not going to, this Tartarian gate really is not going to do all too much here, one would have to assume. As this town center going up, it goes up so slow. 6 citizen here throwing this up, and he barely gets it up during that ceasefire. Trying to throw up this palace over here to defend this gold mine. As the units pushing through over here, we do see the Satyr coming in over here. Do we have masons? Yes, we do. As the army going to swing around here, he just basically needs to sit on this gold mine. You can see he's got a Hero Mamilo already over here. And everything else. Ridu could move forward and drop a palace on this town center over here as well. The army does swing around here. Will Eric know about it though, as that Tartarian gate has been taken out? The villagers do get pulled off over here, but now it's 0 gold income for Eric moving forward, and Eric is royally stuck in this classical age. As we'll see what Eric can do, but Ridu here gets his palace up. The unit's sitting on this location for a little bit. He will have to deal with the army. We've got ourselves 5 seconds left on a chaos. As the Satyr getting caught out, very, very bad here for Ridu. As not only that, the Lampede getting caught out as well. As Ridu's micro here getting very, very, very poor. He's losing that Lampede there for nothing. As the Satyr trying to do everything they can. These Terma need to get converted into something a little bit more useful here, as he's continuing to try to take this fight here, but it looks to me like Eric will be able to hold over here. As those Satyr, they are getting taken down really, really quickly here by the Odysseus. As the hoplites coming through here ever more so to reinforce Eric's army here. Eric now, look at this, he's got his farm set up, he's got his town center over here, he's held on this position, and Ridu has been pushed back. Ridu needs to throw his own farm, so he's got a lot of gold in the bank. He can buy wood and spam farms out here if he so chooses. He's got himself this second town center. He's not building villages out of it just yet. He is making fanatics though. Those are going to be a really, really big help moving forward here, but we'll see how things are going to go here as Eric is searching around for something to take out, as the Centaur here trying to find some value, but those Terma too scary for him at this point. What is Ridu spending his favor on? He's still making Satyr. You know, Satyr are good and all. They cost 200 wood, 20 favor, but these Lampedes, oh, hello? These Lampedes, that's weird. These Lampedes cost 250 gold and 25 favor, and they deal 12 pierce, 10 crush. So it's actually quite a bit. As the hoplites coming in onto this position, those fanatics are going to start tearing them apart. They deal 22 damage per second against these hoplites, and we do have masons here, so this might be a little bit of an overcommit by Eric as the villagers jump onto this one to try and repair it. He doesn't have the shockwave ready, but those fanatics so strong, and you can see this is exactly why Ridu wanted those fanatics out, because they would have been able to completely clean Eric's army here, but he didn't manage to make that happen fast enough. And now Eric is relatively stabilized here, in all honesty. He's going to be able to hit the next age fairly soon. He's getting up to full HP really soon. Nice little snipe here from Eric. I think that might be the first citizen that Eric has actually managed to pick off with his citizen. 2 Centaur get picked off there. Nice play. The hoplites are still sitting here waiting as Ridu is trying to get his economy into gear here. With still lots of gold in the bank, which is again another reason why I thought maybe Lampedes wouldn't have been a bad idea here, as the Centaur are going to move over here, going to start taking down these villages that are grabbing this gold mine for the time being. The palace will be able to hold that one there. Nice play there as well. As the Centaur do manage to come over, will they get any picks here? Not quite. As the Centaur just going to roam around, doing everything that they possibly can. Eric might even be thinking 3rd town center here, which he actually is. Really happily staying in this classical age. These farms leave much to be desired. At least he's got these farms utilizing the granary over here, so they're a little... Not sure what the idea here was with that farm, but it's fine. As Eric now pushing it over onto this position here, seeing what he can do against these hero Terma. Nice play here. These Terma here chasing around that Centaur as Ridu not paying attention here. Nice play by Eric. Beautiful micro. Ridu not paying attention at all as the hoplites come in onto this position, as Eric has no idea. He is completely out of position. The villagers going to attempt to repair this one back up, and Eric is looking like he may be able to take this town center down here, as Ridu doesn't have himself fortified town centers just yet. The town center is going down incredibly fast. He's only using the 4 citizens to clean this one up. The towers do come through, but their town center is up now as those fanatics coming through to try and defend this one here. The town center is now getting built back up as fast as it can, but now we're going to see an attempt at moving on to this gold mine here. Ridu has no gold in the bank right now. 118 only, as he's not grabbing this gold mine over here. He is grabbing this town center for the time being here as the hoplites get chased away. Hoplites move at 4.7 speed. Fanatics move at 4.73 speed as Oranos. So very close speeds there. As this town center is on the way. We do have a handful of units waiting here to try and deny this one, as Eric on the other side here moving his Centaur in. He's going to be moving through to try and take this out, but we do have some defenses over here. Beautiful play there by Eric, sniping the citizen while this is all going up. The hoplites over here are getting taken down, and we are seeing Apollo coming through here for Eric. So this underworld is going to be a big deal, as the town center is up now for Eric. He's going to have a ton of villagers out here in a really good spot. We see a marker getting dropped down immediately by Eric, as he's going to want to go to the mythic age, probably through Hephaestus. If he can get to Hephaestus here, there's not a whole lot that Ridu can really do here, having been gone through Hecate, that is. If Ridu was in Helios, he would be able to fight a lot easier against the mythic age of a Hephaestus Zeus, but he's Hecate, so he doesn't have the siege boost there as he gets his 3rd town center up. And we'll see what Eric is going to do moving forward. I mean, any sort of underworld here in onto this location is going to be really strong. He's ready to do it. He's got the underworld here. He's going to be able to click up as well. He's going through Hera at this point, which I absolutely love. Ridu here sitting on this location is still going to be relatively out of position here, as essentially Eric, he's going to get himself, surely he gets himself heavy hoplites here. I mean, as soon as he can, needs to cut some production here to get that out, but the hoplites are simply just going to move over, attack this town center. If Eric is just faking here a little bit, as we see the units pushing in onto this location, the palace getting taken down or getting thrown up here, as those fanatics, they don't do the most damage to a town center, but hoplites streaming in onto this town center, going to be able to take this one out so absurdly quickly here. And then Eric can just not vortex, but underworld from this location over to here and defend this, take down the palace and everything else, and then grab himself 4 town centers to 2 town centers, as well as having Hera to come through. I'm not sure I 100% love the Hera here from Eric, but it's going to be a really good idea as heavy hoplites come through. The hoplites take that down. Will we see an underworld from this location over to here or not, as this town center is getting closer and closer to getting taken down? Ridu, is he getting out any sort of fire siphon here? Not just yet. Losing that town center means he can't get any more production out over here. We do see that those units, those heroes and the Sates are taking out those Centaur nicely here. As the hoplites are swinging around, they will take out this one heavy fanatic. A little bit of an idle time here on those hoplites. They need to get something a little bit more efficient done here in this game. As the Odysseus comes in here, and the town center does get taken down. Eric loses that one, but now we see Hera, the army, going to be retreating back. The palace here does have 12 spots that it can keep defensive there, as the hoplites going to be swinging around here, looking at this palace over here. The the villagers need to move over onto that gold mine over there, as the hoplites will spot there's no gold remaining here, as they're going to move over and attempt to take out more citizen here, as we do see an underworld passage coming through onto this position over here. He's going to clean up this town center immediately as the fortified town center is coming through. There is a world where Ridu can grab this town center for himself. We do see some archers coming over onto this position. Eric here going to take this one down. He does still have lightning storm here, as the villagers are attempting to repair this one back up, but they will not manage to do so, as the villagers can drop through here, grab this town center for himself. He doesn't have the resources just yet, grabbing himself fortified town centers, moving over here, dropping a fortress onto this gold mine to grab that one and make that nice and safe, as the palace is getting taken down over here. Ridu, on the other hand, he is grabbing this gold mine. He is trying to grab this town center up at this point, but we have the Medusa raids coming through, ladies and gentlemen, as a lightning storm gets dropped down onto this position, cleaning up all of those units there, as he can't even make it to the palace in time, as one citizen gets taken out. This town center gets denied over here. The villagers moving forward to grab this town center back up. Eric can effectively just go mass Medusa here as well, if he so chooses, if he can get this gold mine up. The goat over here checking out this this gold mine. If that one, there is a little trick you can do with the goats, where you put it onto a control group, and then once the control group is gone, once the goat gets captured and the control group goes away, and you look up and you see no control group, you know that your opponent is on that location there. So Ridu does know that there, but Ridu is now sitting in a very, very difficult position. He does have this Medusa over here who can one hit those citizens, but it looks like Eric's not paying attention on that location. He gets pushed back over here as the Manticore doing everything they can. We do see some heavy Myrmidon, heavy Myrmidon coming out here for Eric, as the Manticore doing everything that they can to take those out. But Eric here in a bit of a rough position. Not Eric, sorry, Ridu in a bit of a rough position here, as he's not getting any of his town centers back. He's sitting 93 of 95 population. His gold mine over here getting pushed off there. The market on this position here getting taken down, and losing that market means no trade here for Ridu. And I mean by trade, I mean trading resources for resources. So we'll see how things are going to eventuate as the army retreating back over here. We see the town center getting denied finally here, as the villagers mining up this gold mine as best as they possibly can here. The fanatics coming through to try and defend this palace. Ridu is not a man to give up easily, but Eric is doing everything right here, hitting every single resource on the map here, and Ridu is just in such a very, very difficult position here, as we see him still trying to hold off Eric here. Eric's on 2 town centers, but I imagine Eric can now grab this town center over here, and he is doing that very, very simply here, as now the Medusa raids, they can continue to be incredibly strong here, taking down villages left, right, and center, as the heavy fanatics coming in onto this position that Medusa might be able to snipe one unit here, but he's deciding to just retreat back. Eric, on the other hand here, 139 of 140 population, plenty of population here, grabbing a fortress over on this gold mine as well, as he's got all the villagers over here. He's got all the villagers over here. He's got all the gold he needs. He's got all of the population he needs. Ridu here is in a very, very difficult position, trying to effectively just trade wood and food for gold at this moment here, because he's not happy to grab this gold mine just yet, as Eric's going to be throwing up some military academies over here. We do see the army now moving over onto this position here, as the villager is grabbing this farm for himself. That's a sight. But when Ridu spots the fortress on this gold mine, realizing he can't even grab this gold mine over here, he does decide that that is the game. An incredibly clutch defense here by Eric. I mean, Ridu made it difficult for him, that is for sure. Ridu's plan here was really good. The thing that I would have liked to have seen differently is double palace. Double palace here, and then you make the fanatics, and then you get the dub. Because if you have double palace here, those villagers come in, or not villagers, the hoplites come in, and they're not going to be able to kill both of the palaces off. And then once the Tartarian gate comes down, instead of actually sending an army around here, you can actually drop yourself sky passages and stay one town center, drop sky passages, and just go for the gold staff, go full out for the gold staff here. And while defending and dropping back into a sky passage here, sky passage like on this location, a sky passage over here to hit this gold mine here, this gold mine here. And you're going to be having a really, really fun game instead of getting that town center up here, staying one town center. And then after you've got that all set up, then you can grab your town centers and find your victory. But I mean, Eric, beautiful defense, clutch defense here. Gets the double against Rita. Got to be feeling good about that one. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.